All right, here we go. Boskoe100, welcome back to VladTV.
What's this, like number 7?
Something like that.
Like 7?
Something like that.
6?
You're a regular guest.
Yeah.
Regular guest on the show.
We probably
you know?
not.
Yeah, people watch. You do big numbers every time. You know, I'm sure you're...
You know what? My last one, I never got to finish watching my last one.
Okay.
It was like, I got to go back and watch it.
Yeah,
like,
did
I be getting so caught up, wrapped up, and watching everybody else's shit, I don't even watch my own.
Well, we have a lot to talk about, but I think that we really can't start until we talk about Gonzoe.
Mando.
Because you and I are related to his story in different types of ways. You know, you ended up doing the celebrity boxing match with him.
Mm-hmm.
And in our last interview, I believe, you talked about how, you know, because he had been trash talking me on the internet, but he wants to squash it with me and he wants to come on the show. You put us on the phone together, which led to us reaching out and actually doing an interview with him.
Good interview too.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Thank you. Thank you. Which tragically ended up being his last interview ever.
Ain't that crazy though, how that worked out?
Yeah.
He wanted to get on here, and I remember him telling me like, yeah, man, you gotta, he like, bro, just do me a favor. Just get out, cause I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, I got Vlad on like Monday or Tuesday, whatever day it was. And I'm like, yeah, I got Vlad, but like, yeah, we can link up. He like, man, just do me a favor, bro. When you go on Vlad, just mention my name to him. Just tell Vlad, like, man, fuck all that old shit, man. I want to highlight him. I'm like, I'm gonna tell him. And I told you, and it ended up working out for him.
Yeah.
And it was a dope interview.
Yeah.
But tragically, it ended up being his last interview. Which is another classic accolade for VladTV, you know, like.
I mean, I don't want that accolade. But...
No, not like that. Not saying, but like, it's just another classic moment.
Yeah, well, he got to tell his life story. You know, he's done other interviews here and there, bits and pieces, but when I sit down with someone for the first time, I want them to tell their story from
the beginning.
From the beginning, the moment they were born, how they grew up, all their accolades along the way. You know, we talked about his music career, his hit songs, you know, the
relationship with Pac.
His relationship with Pac, the music with Pac, the outlaw thing, and, you know, some of the back and forths, you know, with various people, what you guys did together. You know, even, you know, we even brought up how he said he beat my ass whenever if he ever had a chance to do the interview, I brought that up. We laughed about it.
What was the thing of, oh, matter of fact, I did watch it. I just watched it the other day, matter of fact.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he just say, oh, you know, if I do Vlad, I'd beat his ass. And I'm like, I brought it up.
But he was just trolling, though.
Yeah, man. And that's why I did it with him, because I figured all this was just trolling. None of it was serious. Me and him never had an actual problem. We never actually even knew each other. So I was like, yo, come on, let's do it. I'm familiar with who you are. I'm a fan of, you know, some of your songs. And yeah, let's do it. Ended up being a cool interview. He was very happy. And then this shit happened. Like, God damn. So you seem to have some sort of insight into the situation. So tell me from your point of view what you know.
I mean, honestly, for me, on the outside looking in, and based on, you know, the streets talk, and you know, you're gonna hear things, and so like you can't take everything like serious that you hear or take it as solid evidence, but just based on what the streets is talking about and based on what I know, it seemed like some type of robbery situation, like, you know what I mean? Like somebody might have thought he had more than what he had or something and just said like a sweet lick, and you know what I mean?
Right, because I believe he was living up in Seattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
His mom was up there. I guess she was in the hospital. He had just visited her.
Well, no, he had, I'm not sure about the rest of the family, but I know he had custody of his 5-year-old son. And then he had the girlfriend he was living with, and I believe she had 2 kids, and he was in a cool little family setting, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he seemed very stable when I spoke to him. He didn't look like someone that was out there causing problems,
you
know, ripping people off or doing a bunch of illegal shit. Seemed like he was, you know, he was older at this point. He had been through it. You heard the story. Yeah, I mean, I guess they chased him down, or because he ended up like collapsing in like a gas station.
The way I got the story was there's a casino next to a bowling alley. Like, I guess it's on the same property or whatever.
Okay.
Like, so there's a casino, you got a bowling alley. I heard either he was kicked out of they wouldn't let him in to the casino, or he got kicked out. But I think it was more like they wouldn't let him in or something because he didn't have a backpack. So he went next door to the bowling alley to go get some chicken. All right, this is the story. Like
Yeah, I heard something like that too. Yeah.
Said he went to go get some chicken from the bowling alley, and when he went to go get the chicken, I guess he got into an altercation with some dudes in the bowling alley, and ultimately he left, and I guess the dude supposedly followed him out, and he ended up getting shot, and he was stripped of his backpack or something like that.
Oh, so they actually robbed him.
Yeah, they took his backpack. Like, I guess he was supposed to have a backpack on. And the story that I get is that they took the backpack, and cause I guess some like the security kind of like let the story out, like, or I guess they gave their version of what happened to the police or whatever. And, you know, like the story coming back from family members or whatever, but nothing is 100%, but that's the speculated story. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard that the guys got caught or.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard anything else about it.
Yeah, so which seems a bit odd because a lot of this seems to be happening in public places that have cameras and everything else like that.
But see, a lot of these places got cameras, but the cameras be shitty.
Yeah.
The angles be shitty. It's like a lot of it is just like a scare tactic. Like, you know what I mean? People, oh, there's cameras here. Like, you know, it's the average 7 times out of 10, the average person gonna be scared. Like, oh no, I ain't gonna do this. But then you got that other 30% that just don't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know what happened, but whatever was in that backpack, it was not worth this man's life.
Definitely wasn't worth it.
And when these guys eventually get caught, which they probably will, whatever they got in that backpack and whatever they sold it for is not going to be worth whatever time they get. And it's going to be a lot of time. Anyone involved in that situation is you're talking about 20, 30, 40 years easy.
That's the sad thing, like, to take a man's life over nothing like a backpack. Like, honestly, me getting to know Gonzoe and the relationship the place that we came to before he died, I don't even see him getting into an altercation that was that serious for him to warrant getting killed. Like, I don't see him, like, I don't even see it going that far to where you would have to feel like you need to kill this man. Like, it just didn't make no sense to me. Like,
yeah. Well,
certain people you could kind of like, well, I could see him putting up a fight, or like I could see, but like Gonzoe, I could more see him like, you know what, brother, you got that, brother. Like, all right, whatever, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I see him as more, not just trying to peg him as passive, but I just don't see him like, he was leaning more to the positive side of things. So I don't see him like just jumping rah-rah in a real altercation like that, and where it went that bad for him to get killed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he was wearing his jewelry, whether the backpack looked like it had some expensive items in it. You know, I don't know, but it's tragic. And it was like literally, maybe a few weeks after we did our interview. It was
like a couple. It was like real short, short. Because I know we talked a lot, like after the fight, like even leading up to the fight, we talked a lot. But we definitely talked a lot after the fight, and he was real like happy and motivated and excited about new business ventures and real like you know what I mean, like. And it's just like, it's tragic that he got cheated. Like basically, like, I kind of feel like I helped him to resurrect his career. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, he kind of was like falling into the shadows a little bit. And I kind of feel like our whole situation helped bring him back up to the forefront. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, rest in peace, Gonzoe.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely rest in peace.
Caution was a classic LA group.
His actual verse on that, like his verse was the hardest verse on the album to me. That one song that What was it? What you gonna do?
What you want to do?
What you want to do?
Yeah.
That was the hardest verse on that whole album to me.
Yeah. Like I said, What You Want to Do is a classic song. We talked about how when it came out, I was living in the Bay and we were bumping it out there.
Sure, knocking.
You know, it wasn't just an LA classic. It was like
I told him, like, I remember running up my mama's phone bill on the box. Like, we had the box back then. We used to have to order the video.
Ordering the video.
And I used to, like, that was one of the videos that I would order. I ran my mama's bill up to like $250 one month. And it was like, that was one of the videos that I was constantly ordering. It was crazy.
Yeah, man, rest in peace. You know, to him, his family, his kids, his mother, you know, his kids' mothers. I don't know if he had more than one child or not.
I'm not sure. Yeah. I know for sure he had the one
5-year-old,
son that he had custody of.
So he had, you know, he had a child that is not going to get to know his father growing up. You know, but you'll have a VladTV interview to watch to know the story at the very least. It's not just going to be hearsay here and there. There's one piece of,
out of his mouth.
You know, an hour and a half piece of content straight from his mouth, and letting his son know what his life was like.
And to be honest, I don't think I ever seen another Gonzoe interview.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've never saw a Gonzoe interview.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of the reason why I do what I do. A lot of the reason actually why I do what I do is to keep a time capsule for future generations about what happens now.
Mm-hmm.